it's time for more recipes. So I'm going to try something that I don't know how well it's going to work out. It's going to be a double layer hash brown casserole. And so, I've had all these hash browns. Been trying to figure out what I'm going to do with them outside of throwing them in the trash because that's not feasible. At least not in my book. And then I told my son, I like, would you eat a hash brown casserole? And he was like, I'll try it. That's all I needed to hear. Is that he's willing to try. And so, this is going to be a kind of like a hybrid dish because it's going to be a combination of chicken and ham and some veggies inside of a casserole. I'm telling you, my brain runs way too much for all this to be done. So first thing we need to do is that we need to cut up what we need to get. This is done. Also, I forgot to tell you that there's going to be two types of meats. Actually, from two of them is going to be from the same animal. Ham, and then we're going to have bacon, which is from a different part of the pig. But we're going to take this and we're going to cook this. I'm going to first take this, most of this ham and stuff, and I'm going to pre-cook it in a saucepan. I've already got the bacon, so this is going to, and I already have the chicken that's already been pre-cooked. It's that the ham needs a little work, and we're going to take care of that. Along with the ham, we're also going to do a little veggies. I am a store fan of veggies, so we're going to use two types of onions. Not all of the onions, but two types: red and yellow onion. We're going to have a little bit of celery, and it's a what is this, cream of chicken? We're going to use cream of chicken almost as a bonding agent between the two layers of, and of course, you can't have this without what? Cheese, and plenty of it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this ham in a saucepan, cook it up a little bit as we start layering up this double layer. What do I want to call this? I want to call it ham, bacon, chicken, casserole, hash brown casserole. So let me go ahead and get this stuff cut up and done, and I'll meet you over in the kitchen. Alrighty. So you need to get this prepped. Where's my pan? Prepare my crumble. Alrighty. I'm going to cut up some more ham, and I'm going to get some other goodies done. So we need some ham, more ham. Oh lordy. And we're going to get the onions and stuff cut up. I was just pondering. I wonder if I have any green peppers. Oh, sweet Christmas on Tuesday. Look what Daddy got. A massive green pepper. I'm about to put that to use. start cutting up some onions and everything else while that's over there simmering. Mm-mm. Smacky cake. Okay, so cream of chicken, pork top. It's condensed for a reason, so I have to add a little water. Usually, I add equivalent to 1 can of whatever you have. Of course, I want to try to get all the goodness out of here that I can. Now I'm going to let this simmer for a while, and then I'll be back. What I forgot to add was the chicken. The bacon I'm going to add a little later. as I start to layer it all. Oh, that is a bone. That is cartilage. Ugh, can't even speak English. And here's another bone I just detected. Okay. Actually, you know something? There's not much of this chicken left. So I'm going to just go ahead and use the remaining bit of this chicken because I got more I can make up. Okay. Very good. Look at this. I mean, just looking at it doesn't just make your mouth. And if you could smell it, it would make your mouth water even more so. Right. So now we got that simmering, all that goodness and fatness, and you know I still act like I can't remember anything, cause guess what we forgot? I know, what I love most, almost as good as everything else. We had a little broccoli to do this. Oh yeah, this broccoli got to get cooked up in here, and so we can get this party started. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh my God. This is going to be something wonderful. I don't know if any of you guys ever had broccoli and cheese, but yeah. Wow, this smells so good. It's just ridiculous. And if you notice, I like to clean as I cook because it just makes it easier at the end. No use of having to clean up everything afterwards when you can just wipe down as you go along. So I'm going to let this simmer for a little bit and we will be back. This smells absolutely. I mean, I could sit here and tell you, but you won't believe me. But this combination of veggies and chicken and ham comes together. Just smelling this by itself is absolutely mouth-watering. I can't imagine how this is going to turn out. But as you notice, this is really liquidy, and I need to. I can't have that in order to make this casserole. So there's two options that I have. I could either, wrong container. There's two things I could do. I could either use cornstarch or I can use what? Flour as a thickening agent. And this is still cooking, and this is not going to get any more too much thicker from this point on. And you have to be careful with the flour. Just add a little bit at a time. See how long see if it thickens up, and then so you have an idea where to stop.
and just stir it in like it's nothing. And then you sit and you let it cook for a little bit longer and simmer, and you'll notice the soup will the soup will become thicker, and then it'll be ready, almost ready to put on the hash browns. But we still have a little bit longer to go. So I'm going to let this simmer for a little bit more, probably another 20 minutes or so, and I'll be back. So this is thickening up really, really nice. Maybe I'm not sure if I want to add any more flour to it to get it thickened up, but because it's thickening up really good. But I think I'm going to add just a little bit more because it's almost ready. Okay. Like, why do you use flour? Because flour works just like cornstarch. Works as a really good thickening agent if you got soups and stews that you do not want to be extremely watery. And see how thick this is getting? This is getting, oh yeah, see. This is almost ready. Oh gosh, it smells so good, dude. Oh my goodness. If you were in here, you'll probably cut my hand off just trying to get to this pot, this pan, because it smells so good. And it's, if you look at it, how I'm using the spatula, you can see how creamy the texture is. Not even without even tasting it, you can just look how creamy everything flows. Absolutely, absolutely mouthwatering. And this is going to go on top of that. So let's see where the cheese is. The cheese is almost completely defrosted, so we're good with that is. So I'm going to put that there, and we're going to let this simmer for a little bit longer, and I'll be back. So this is thickening up really, really nice. Maybe I'm not sure if I want to add any more flour to it to get it thickened up, but because it's thickening up really good. But I think I'm going to add just a little bit more because it's almost ready. Okay. Like, why do you use flour? Because flour works just like cornstarch. Works as a really good thickening agent if you got soups and stews that you do not want to be extremely watery. And see how thick this is getting? This is getting, oh yeah, see. This is almost ready. Oh gosh, it smells so good, dude. Oh my goodness. If you were in here, you'll probably cut my hand off just trying to get to this pot, this pan, because it smells so good. And it's, if you look at it, how I'm using the spatula, you can see how creamy the texture is. Not even without even tasting it, you can just look how creamy everything flows. Absolutely, absolutely mouthwatering. And this is going to go on top of that. So let's see where the cheese is. The cheese is almost completely defrosted, so we're good with that is. So I'm going to put that there, and we're going to let this simmer for a little bit longer, and I'll be back. Okay, see how nice thick consistency? This is ready to be poured. Okay, here's our tater tots, or hash brown tater tots, and we're going to cover. Okay, spread it across. Spread it across. Oh, that smells so good. Okay, so we look like we may have a little extra. And now we need some cheese. Alright. Now we need hash browns. I actually should have went with a bigger pot, but it is what it is now. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the remaining of this and spread it on top. Yep, don't have quite enough, but this is going to work anyway. All right. And what do we do next? We add more cheese. But before we add the cheese, where is that? Where did I do it? Ah, there we go. Come here, baby boy. Everything tastes good with bacon. So we're going to add a few slices of bacon to this. Just because I can do it. Bacon is so delicious. Oh my gosh. Despite that creature is not... anyway, I'll leave that alone. All right, that's good. So, I'm going to end this off with another coating of cheese. All right. Okay, now it's time to bake. So I'm going to put this in the oven, bake it for a little bit, and then we'll be back to do a quick taste test. La 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 la. Let me go ahead and get this oven pre-started. Yeah. Here we go. Come here, fat boy. All right, and I'll be back when that's done.
Okay, look at this delicious mess. This is Ron's double layer ham and chicken casserole. So let's go ahead and dig into this and find out exactly how delicious. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at it. That is just. Oh. Okay. So, see how beautiful that looks. We're going to do a taste test. I have no idea what this is going to taste like. This, I pulled straight out of the old noggin on ideas of what to do. So we're about to find out what this tastes like. I'm taken back by the bacon. I could taste the creamy bacon on top of that. Wow. The chicken and pig. Almost scary to think these two items would have came together the way they did. This, I don't know if the chicken tuna or this is better, because this is absolutely, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 9.8. This is about as close to 10 you're going to get, because you have the cheesiness of the cheese, the back end of that bacon, and that mixture between pig and chicken, which are two different species that came together. Wow. This is absolute, and oh my goodness, this is this is this is not to be played with. This is I cannot. I am so surprised that this came out as well as I expected, as well as it did, because I figured you get pig and chicken, you mix it together. Ugh. But surprisingly, as this casserole, it came out. Wow. 9.8 is the lowest score I'm willing to give this. This is absolutely mouth-watering and delicious. Didn't take much, of course. Like I told you before, I used ham that I already had. I took the remaining of that dark meat chicken that I had deboned. I used that with some veggies, onions, and celery and onions. I also used some bacon. And I used some chicken, cream of chicken. I'm going to take a bowl of this up to my son and watch him have a seizure. This is absolutely delicious. And the little funny part about it, I barely taste the hash brown. I have a back end taste of it. I taste it in my mouth now. But the chicken and the cream of the chicken and the pig or ham with that cream of chicken broth and that bacon and the cheese all mingled up together. This is straight paradise. So until next time, family, you take care, eat good, enjoy yourself. I think I'm done for the day. I done did enough videos. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care of yourself.